Hey everybody, Jonathan, Las Vegas Collectibles. I want to make a quick video. I thought this was kind of interesting that you're seeing so many of these hobby heroes for Magic the Gathering talking about like this guy, F Hasbro. He wants you to check out this other game called Cryptics. This guy, I don't know if you know this guy, Kitchen Table TCG. So like he used to be a big Magic the Gathering person, then he left to play Flesh and Blood, and now he's back in Magic the Gathering. And then this dude, he's like, screw Magic the Gathering. He basically sold out of, he didn't sell out. He zeroed out his order of all Brothers War from his distributor. And then Alpha Investments, I thought it was interesting. So not only did he put out a bunch of like the world's ending type of stuff, but then, Hasbro's doing a bunch of dumb crap. He actually mentioned, I forget which video. It was one of these videos. He was talking about he can start selling all this sealed product in reverse order. So obviously that's his end goal, and he's basically talking about making it happen a little quicker now if Hasbro continues to be garbage in his eyes and his words. So I thought that was really kind of interesting. So these are the content creators that I believe, some of the main ones. There's Tolarian Academy or whatever, and there's other ones obviously. But, it's just interesting. There's a small sample size of people. These are these Magic the Gathering hobby heroes that are all like, screw it, we're done. Like these are supposed to be the champions. These are the ones that are like, buy more stuff, because they sell a lot of stuff. So they want you to buy more stuff. And they're all like, it's over. I think it's hilarious. Magic the Gathering is not going anywhere. Look, I have my perspective that digital is the future. That's where they want players to go. They want the microtransactions. I have never said cardboard's going to zero. I have never said that all your sealed wax is going to go to zero. I've never said any of that. I believe that the focus of the company is digital moving forward. It's where the highest profit margins will be. They're going to get a lot of microtransactions. That's their goal. That's their focus. And I thought it was really kind of interesting that I got the email because I just logged back into Magic the Gathering Arena on a video that I just did. And so I got this email. They launched Brothers War. It's currently active. Like there was no delay. Pre-release weekend, I believe, right? Because this is November 15th that I got this email. So this week, it's already on Arena. Usually, from what I remember earlier this year when Kamigawa released, there was a delay. I could be completely wrong about this, but I remember there was more of a delay. Like it took longer for the new sets to get into Arena. I thought this was really fast. So I wonder if anybody else saw that. Wonder if anybody else thought that was interesting. So I want to be clear that digital is the future for Magic the Gathering. And that, again, that's my perspective. I believe they're going to focus on developing out Arena, developing out mobile, and they're going to start doing stories. They're going to try to do the whole, make TV shows things. And the idea that Rudy put out that Amazon might buy Hasbro or has the ability, and like there's a lot of synergies and stuff like that. I think it's interesting, not from the perspective of supply chain synergies and all that stuff, direct to consumer, blah, blah. I think it's interesting because Amazon wants to compete and dominate streaming. They want to compete with Disney, Netflix, Peacock and all that. And they want to be a dominant force in streaming. If they buy Hasbro, sorry about my baby. She'll be all right in a second. So if they buy Hasbro, they'll have so much access to all these IPs. Transformers, Monopoly, Magic the Gathering Arena, with all their storylines, they can really attack streaming and really, I think, have a lot of options moving forward. So I think it's a brilliant idea, not because of the supply chain side. That's great. It'll keep costs low. I get that. But I believe Amazon would be more interested in the digital aspect and being able to have those IPs to create new content. Because nobody's really doing Magic the Gathering TV. Imagine TV series with Magic the Gathering. That'd be amazing. So anyways, I think that's my thoughts on all that. And I do believe the company is going a digital focus. Now, cardboard. Look, cardboard's not going to zero. They're going to reduce their focus in cardboard. That's my whole thing. That's my whole freaking perspective. There's going to be less cardboard printed. There's going to be less sets made. And like people have been saying in the comment section, yes, it'll give the opportunity for those cardboard sets to raise in value because there'll be less of them. Absolutely. It provides that opportunity, supply versus demand. It'll be up to Magic the Gathering, it'll be up to Hasbro and WotC to create that demand and keep that demand high enough to keep the value of all cardboard high. Will they do that? I don't know. Will the players and the collectors and the investors and all them keep the demand high enough to maintain that secondary market? Maybe. I think honestly, it'll be just certain sets that'll maintain and increase in value over time, like anybody else would say, right? Like not every set is going to go to the moon. I believe the original, like everybody else says, the ABU and all that original stuff, which I don't even own any of, can't afford any of it. And then I think the most recent sets, so the very beginning, and then 2022 sets where the chase, I want to say Kamigawa, I think that one's going to be huge. Capenna a little bit, but Kamigawa in the future, Neon Dynasty, Dominaria United, and now the first ever mass serialized production in Brothers War. I think those are going to be the three chases that people will still want to chase years from now because it's the first sets of chase, right? It's like the first sets with lottery cards, which again, I don't have any of, but people still love that chase and love that idea, and that's why those prices maintain. So no, I don't think cardboard's going to go to zero. I think the focus of Magic the Gathering and WotC will be to reduce their exposure to supply chain costs and the cost of cardboard, and they're going to focus on building their revenue stream through digital. That's my belief. And so all these people saying screw Magic the Gathering and they're talking about getting out of it, it's not, they're not going to last. They'll be back in January talking about how great Magic the Gathering is and to buy all the sets because they're going to have a bunch of stuff to sell to you. I'm sure Umu's going to come back into Magic the Gathering once he starts to see prices start increasing again and demand increasing. I mean, he is who he is, and there's nothing wrong with that. He's a business person, and that's what he wants. He wants to make money. I get it. Like all these people, don't just like, oh, they're out. If they're saying to get out, I need to get out. Remember the old statement from Warren Buffett: be fearful when others are greedy and be greedy when others are fearful. Everybody's being fearful. So think about, okay, how can I maximize everybody else's fear and be greedy? What do I do? I still believe, like I just said, if you're going to be greedy, invest in the ABUs. If you want to use that term, invest. I should actually say gamble on the ABUs, or gamble on the 2022 products, Neon Dynasty, Capenna, Dominaria United, and Brothers War. That's it. Everything else, just if you enjoy it, buy it. Like, okay, so for cardboard, for an example, first of all, I love Kamigawa. I thought the art on there and the old and the future, the imagery, I thought it was beautiful. But I have an entire sealed case of freaking Kaldheim set boosters, and a whole sealed case of Strixhaven set boosters. And the reason I have those, Strixhaven, I just love that demonic tutor art. So at some point in my life, I'm probably going to open that entire case and chase a foil demonic tutor just to have that chase experience of my own. That I think that's going to be a lot of fun at some point. And then the whole case of Kaldheim, I'm half Scandinavian, and I love Viking stuff. The lore of the gods, the artwork, I think they did an amazing job. And so that's just for me. Do I think those sets will go up? No. That's a gamble that I 100% believe will most likely not be chased in 50 years. It might be. Or in 20 years. It might be. But not expecting it. the chase for the new lottery cards, that'll be the thing. Anyways, that's my perspective. No, I don't believe cardboard's going to zero. I don't. But the focus of Magic the Gathering, WotC, and everything will be digital. The idea of Amazon buying Hasbro, I think, is a great idea. It might happen. I think there's a lot of possibility there. But again, their reasoning for buying wouldn't be necessarily the supply chain synergies. I believe it will be, again, the digital space, the potential with IPs, and the ability to expand their streaming content. And just because they all say, screw all this, we're out. I'm not buying any more Magic the Gathering like Umu. Oh, I'm going to start selling in reverse order. Guys, they're all being fearful. That should click in, being like, oh, everybody's being fearful. Maybe I should be greedy. Oh. Here, look. Where is look at this. This guy talks nothing about except for financials. Just put out a video. Super investors just bought these stocks. Everybody's talking about the crash. Everybody's talking about blah, blah, blah. Even Michael freaking Burry is buying stocks right now. Why? The whole world is scared. So much uncertainty. And they're doubtful. FUD has hit everywhere. So what are they doing? They're being greedy. So if you truly believe in the long-term value of cardboard, now's your time. I believe, like I said again, I'm just going to be straightforward. I believe the original sets will always be chased and they'll always maintain their value. I believe that the 2022, because they went completely crazy and built these neon chase cards, the the gold foil and Capenna, the Legends chase, and then the first serial, 2022 sets are going to be highly sought after in 10, 20 years. That's just my belief. And I believe Brothers War Collectors and the Brothers War set will be the first set that's the print run is dramatically reduced compared to previous ones. Again, those are my statements. Those are my beliefs. Digital is going to be the focus. Cardboard's not going to lose value. And everybody's fearful, so people are being greedy. The people with money are being greedy. Think about it. Take care, everybody.